Lord have mercy. All right, good morning. Good morning, people. Man, good morning, good morning, good morning. I do want to report to you all that we are trending. Give me a quick second. I don't know if y'all can hear me because the headphones is connected to the microphone. So we got the headphones connected to the microphone to the haters out there that say our headphones are not connected. They don't know what they're talking about because they don't work over here at the Wiley Show. They don't know what we're doing over here. But good morning. Yes. We went live on Station. I got great news that we are trending on Station right now. We are trending. We are in the top 100 shows right now, and it's just so amazing. We posted on our Instagram. We definitely want to give it a special shout out because we have been off of Station for a while, and now we're back active. We had a special guest on there. Tasha K Employee was on there. She showed us some love, but I just want to say it was amazing. But I'm opening up this show because it's a problem. You know, Democrats. I want to get a little political in the first segment before we get into our other subjects. But I do want to say this. I'm like, what are the Democrats doing for black people? Can I say that for a second? What are the Democrats doing for us? What have they done for us? You know, are we better off under the Democratic Party? Because the reason why I'm saying that, thank you, Ryan. Thank you, said good morning for the 999. Thank you. What has they been doing for us? As I look around, the food is up, gas is up. You know, we still don't have reparations. We still don't have council student loan debt. We still don't have the platinum plan or whatever plan that they wanted to do to help increase for their home black home ownership and help with black entrepreneurship. What have they been doing for us? And people, I was asking that question, and then people were saying absolutely nothing. We didn't get the George Floyd Policing Accountability Act. We didn't get that passed. What is they doing for us? We voted. People have stood in line and voted in long lines for President Biden and Kamala Harris. And I'm really coming for President Biden because he's the president. Kamala Harris is the vice president. She have no power. But what are the Democrats doing? What are the Democrats in the Senate doing? Why haven't I not passed some tangible legislation to help us? Why haven't student loan debt have been canceled? Why haven't healthcare been more affordable for people that can't afford healthcare? What are they doing for us? And I ask this question because we need tangible things from the government to help us. And I know a lot of people say, well, stop begging the government, go and do for yourself. I understand that, but government grants, I get billions and billions in government grants. How is that helping the black people? All when we talk about black media, they only get a certain amount of funds, advertising dollars from the government. The government spends billions of dollars for, you know what I'm saying, for advertising, and we're not getting enough of that advertising dollars when you have black media. We're not getting that off the Wiley Show, and we get a piece of 1-2%. That's millions of dollars of advertising dollars that we can do to hire people on and bring people on our staff. Okay, thank you so very much, Keela. Said Wiley, you look amazing. Thank you. And so I'm just having this idea, and I was bringing it up. I was like, what is they really doing for us as we look around? And I said, really, our president can do so much better for us because let's be clear, he's one of the highest rated, the most people in history voted for Biden and Donald Trump as second choice. And I do believe black people are not going to come out in the midterm elections and vote Democrats in, unfortunately, because they feel as though Congress and they feel as though the Senate have failed them. So when the midterm elections come, you're not going to see a lot of our brothers and sisters get in the line ready to vote. They're not going to come out in huge breaking numbers. They're just not, because they feel as though their prayers have not been answered, their demands have not been answered. And I do believe that the president should do a better job for helping African American people when it comes to that, because they're not doing enough to help us out. I'm saying it, and I say it humbly, for a person that do have student loan debt, why don't you just cancel the student loan debt? That will help millions and millions of people, not just African American people, but millions and millions of Americans will get out of poverty and be able to invest that money into saving up to buy a home, then versus them paying all that to Sally Mae, or whatever they call the Department of Education, where you pay those student loans. So I'm just being 100% real about that. Okay, I just had to just open up the show with that. Okay, let's talk about BLAC CHYNA. Mother Tokyo Toni. We have to just definitely talk about her. BLAC CHYNA mom Tokyo Toni shares the Kardashians after the trial began. BLAC CHYNA mom blasted the Kardashians Monday night after facing a famous family in court. Tokyo Toni went on Instagram Live and said that Kris Jenner, Kim Kardashian, Kylie Jenner, and Khloe Kardashian look scary in real life, and mentioned them having dips in their face. And this is a quote from Tokyo Toni. It's just so sad. Then Khloe was shaking her effing head off every time every jury said, Toni, recap, you all right, B. Then you have some Xanax or something before you got there, B. Toni 50, who appeared to be rolling a blunt throughout the live stream, became increasingly incoherent as she went on to compare old and deceptive Kris to the little man on the tricycle in a horror movie franchise Saw. They look like they're dead, she said. Toni rant came after CHYNA, 33, appeared in court to watch jury selection play out. During Tuesday continuation of the hearing at the Los Angeles Superior Court, the Kardashian and Jenner's attorney, Michael, accused Toni of posting threats on her social media against their client. Ms. Jenner was worried about her physical safety. The Jenner's attorney, the Kardashian attorney, told the judge. He added they trying the case is hard enough with a whole private client, but even harder when he has to worry about his clients. CHYNA's attorney, Lena, says she is not aware of Toni's Instagram Live, but agreed Toni should not be inside the courtroom, giving the concerns of the Rose raised. Toni was not in the audience when the court started Tuesday, but CHYNA was accompanied by a young man. On Monday, the Kardashians' attorney asked a group of potential jurors if they have a strong, positive, negative feeling towards the reality television. One potential jury claimed he have never watched Keeping Up with the Kardashians, but noted, I have watched Kim Kardashian S tape, and I don't think I can be impartial on this case. The family immediately, hold on, wait a minute. Why are they doing this? No thanks. I'm trying to, okay. The family immediately became wildly upset upon hearing the mention of Kim's final 2002 tape with Ray J. In 2017, BLAC CHYNA filed a lawsuit against the entire Kardashian Jenner family, including Khloe Kardashian, over the claims of assault, battery, domestic violence, defamation, interference with prospective economic relations. The Zeus Network star, who shares a 5-year-old daughter with Dream and Rob Kardashian, accused her ex of being an abuser and his family of being media predators who pulled the plug on the former couple's e-show, Rob and CHYNA. CHYNA is seeking more than $40 million in lost earnings damages and more than $60 million in loss of future earnings capacity damages. The Kardashian and Jenners responded to CHYNA claim with the lawsuit of their own, alleging that the influencers have violently attacked Rob. So let me speak on the Tokyo Toni piece. This woman clearly is on drugs. You know, she's clearly not that well. When she was out in the courtroom, she said, "Oh my God, they're not me in. They not let me in the courtroom." Of course, you're threatening people. Why would they let you in the courtroom when you're threatening the family? I don't understand that. And if you really want to help your daughter's case, if you really want to help your daughter's Black China case, stay silent. Don't say anything. Then she went on a live and do all that. Like, come on. Like, go to rehab and stuff like that. And I know she's jealous of her daughter, Black China, because she's not young anymore. And she's trying her best to ride on the coattails. I'm like, why are you doing this? Like, get yourself together. And then, we had called her one time when she had posted her number. So we called her and she cussed me out. I said, you're more than welcome to come on the Wiley Show. And of course, she cussed me out. And I'm like, and then she went on, I think she went on Storm. So, Storm Monroe probably paid her. I don't know. I'm joking. Probably not. But I'm like, why is she doing this? Why are you threatening the Jenners? Why are you threatening the Kardashians? Like, you're not going to be allowed in the courtroom. And so I don't even feel bad for her. I remember one of my supporters was watching her live. I believe the Icon New York was watching her live. And she was actually getting in like in XXX rated activities. And she was streaming live on her YouTube. And she was getting it in. You hear all the noises on the live. She forgot to turn off the YouTube live, and you clearly hear her getting it on. So you clearly can tell that sis ain't all the way there. And drugs and alcohol, there's no telling what all that she take. She just go on these rants. I be trying to watch her lives, but it just don't be making no sense. I cannot sit and watching a Tokyo Tony live. I just can't. I just can't do it. I can interview her, but when she try to go on these rants, I can't understand her when she get into these rants. I'm really not feeling it at all. And I'm just keeping it 100% real when it comes to that. Yeah. She used to charge $500 for interview. She charged over $1,000 this time. Tokyo just don't do her. I'm just saying we had reached out to her and said, hey, you want to come on and do an interview? She said, I charge $1,000. I think she said $1,300. I forgot the amount, but I know it was over $1,000. And I said, you know what? It ain't worth it. It ain't worth it for me to pay that for no interview. Absolutely not. It's just not worth it at all for me to pay that. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it at all. We're not even gonna have this going on at all. We just gonna mind our own business when it comes to that. Okay. I'm just keep it a stat. So do y'all agree that Tokyo Tony should have went into the courtroom? I mean, do y'all agree with her rant? Press 1 if y'all agree with her rant. Press 2 you don't agree with her rant. Press 1 if you agree with her rant. Press 2 you don't agree with her rant. I just want to see what y'all hear says. Press 1 if y'all agree with Tokyo Tony rant. Press 2 you do not agree. All right, I want to see what y'all saying in the chat. Okay. All right, so it's a split. It's a split decision. Okay. It's a split. I see it. It's a split decision. So let's get back to talking to Erica Banks and Nicki Minaj show. Of course, all the female artists is coming at Erica's neck right now. I went on her page and show love. When I tell you that them barbs in them comments, they ain't retweeting, they just drag Erica. I was like, she was posted on her Twitter, and all of the mentions was dragging her for a filth. They were saying you would never be on Nicki Minaj's level. They was posting songs and clips towards her. Then Nicki Minaj herself subliminally started talking about Erica Banks. I'm like, Erica, why would you? This is like literally career destruction for you to be doing this. Who told you to go against Nicki Minaj? Whoever told you to do that, you should fire them, because they're clearly not in a good place for your business, because there's nowhere in the world that you're gonna go out here and just drag Nicki Minaj and do all of this and expect the people to love you. Nicki Minaj's fan base, you may not agree with her fan base, but the sister got a deep, deep, deep fan base. It's a lot of barbs out there. A lot of barbs. There's millions of them. And I'm shocked that song We Go Up, Nicki Minaj We Go Up, didn't get let me see, did they get 1 million? Hold on 1 second. Let me check before I start dragging. Let me see how many views it got. It got 1.2 million. really low compared to Nicki Minaj stuff. Was that I guess they didn't too much like her, but she wouldn't. And I'm gonna say about this since I got Nicki Minaj's picture up. She threatened to not release her album if they did not go watch her video because the video had very low views until Nicki Minaj went and started threatening, said, if y'all don't watch it, a new album is not going to come out. And I said, wow. And I'm like, where's these bars at? I come out and I support her. I watched the video a couple of times. I'm like, where y'all at? Because when I tuned in, it was like only 700,000, people that watched it. And I'm like, where y'all at, Barbs? Y'all got to watch it. And a lot of times these barbs they just scream on social media. I go out and I actually watch the video and watch the content. But no, in so many words, the barbs, Nicki was like, if y'all don't watch that video, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna come on the album. I'm like, Nicki, really? Like, just release an album just because nobody want to check out the video. Like, okay, it's a cute song, but it wasn't all that. You just came back and you did a song with Corey LeRae. That was cute. And now this song wasn't really popular like that. Maybe because you putting out too much content and we can't really focus. I'm like, okay, like release an album. Don't hold an album hostage just because your fans don't want to go and see you try to attempt to do drill music. Like, let's just be real. You like release the album. Don't be trying to hold an album hostage. What about the fans that did go out and watch the new video? We gotta suffer for because the other fans, a big part of the fan base, didn't want to go and see it. Everybody's not into drill music. You know what I'm saying? They want some of the fans, a lot of your Nicki Minaj fans love you when you do pop. You got a huge Nicki Minaj a sector of huge Nicki Minaj fans that love her when she does her pop music. They're not really fans of her rap. They fans of when she get up there doing that boom 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 bass. So let's just be 100% real on that. So let's be clear, all her fans are not fans of her hip hop. Y'all forget that Nicki did a whole lot of pop. And that's something that Erica Banks is to realize, that Nicki did a whole lot of pop, and it wasn't just hip hop to make her a mega star. It wasn't just by her raps alone. Most of all her hits were like pop records. And I'm just being 100% real. But when I went on Erica Banks' timeline, I'm like, I'm just seeing her being dragged. Okay. I'm just seeing her being dragged on her social media, and you brought it upon yourself. Only thing you could have did was keep singing Nicki Minaj's praises, keep waiting in line like everybody else, keep being patient, but you couldn't be patient. You have to call her out, and now you looking like a clown. That's what I'm saying. Like, I wouldn't have done that. I wouldn't have made that mistake. I would have just went on, played my cards right, in interviews, sing Nicki Minaj praises, continue to release music, but I would have never said anything negative about the queen unless I'm solidified in my fan base. But you're not solidified yet. You still don't even have your fan base with a name. And we said that before. So when I went on her page, I'm on Erica Banks' page. Give me a second. I was on her page, and let me get a quick sec. Let me go. Okay. And she did. It only got 24 retweets and a lot of quotes. Somebody said, "You go ahead, rap, bars, metaphor, punchline, concept, storytelling, switching flows, strictly barbs, none of that bubblegum s rap. Show that you can rap. Yeah, go ahead, Big Erica." Then another person heard the song this Friday, coming straight for bubbling under. Like, they are just coming in. They are just coming for her in here. So I said, B, give them a problem with you. Okay, I guess you gotta mail it Miss Block on everything. like these bars are like really dragging Erica Banks. If you actually go and look into her comments, they are dragging this woman. And all she didn't have no right to just go ahead and do all that stuff. Like, who told her to get up there to do all of this and to drag Nicki Minaj? It just wasn't feeling right. Like, why in the world would you do that? Okay. I know. I'm just being real. All right. So do y'all think Erica Banks should have dissed Nicki Minaj and said what she said, that she get on records with females that can't rap? Press 1. Do y'all think Erica Banks should have dissed? I want to get y'all polled for a second. Press 1 if you think Erica Banks should have dissed Nicki Minaj. Press 1. You know, even though she said what she said, press 1 if you think it. Press 2, she should have just stayed silent about that. Press 1, she should have dissed Nicki Minaj and said that she worked with girls that can't rap, bringing it up, saying that her feelings hurt. Press 2, she should have just kept silent. I want to see what y'all had to say. It's coming in. Press 2, she should have stayed silent. Press 1, say, okay, here we go. It's a lot of twos, and I agree. I agree on that. I 100% agree. Okay, here we go. All right. I'm bringing Larry D. Reid up and Tasha K up. We've been covering these two individuals all this week, right? And so I really want to dive into their employees. We're going to talk about it. I did a poll. Let me first talk about Dr. Larry Reid employees. You don't see any of his employees on the internet dragging people on social media, right? None of his employees, you see them dragging people on social media. Okay, let's talk about Tasha K. Now, I did a poll on my YouTube to speak directly to the subscribers, to the producers. And I asked, do you agree with Armon Wiggins addressing Chelsea? Out of 278 votes, 60% said yes, 40% said no. And then we got some comments. I do want to read a couple of these comments, and I'm gonna give my thoughts. Tommy commented and said Chelsea needs to stay away from social media. She says that she doesn't want to be a YouTuber, but yet she continued with social media antics. Armon, why are you addressing someone who is beneath you? Pay them dust. Another person comment, people who say yes are miserable people. You just doesn't like Chelsea or doesn't like Tasha K, to be honest. She isn't my favorite person either, and I agree she should stay off of social media, but you guys have to let it go. She's going to defend herself like anybody else would, and all this hostility coming at her and yelling, the screaming, and unnecessary jabs for people you don't know. She made a mistake, a very huge one, but mistakes, no doubt. Let it go. We all have made mistakes, and some not as public. But still, some of us are too invested. And as for Armon, he is desperate for clicks and views so he can get to 200,000 subscribers. And for a check, knowing his crybaby self is anybody's mention him and would be a video or station, but yet capitalizing on the back of Tasha K. Like a lot of these YouTubers, Tasha K, love her or hate her. You know her name equates to views and dollars, and people are always going to tune in to it. I know Tasha K back must be hurting carrying all these people, and I said what I said. Another comment that a person named Bree said, yes and no. Chelsea has been very shady in these, and is she the employee? And working on the behalf of Kiwi Studios, Armon has every right to address her if she's speaking on things that she doesn't know the full details, but I don't agree that this seems fit to speak about her physical appearance in the way he did. Okay, and I want to say this because Dr. Larry Reid, you don't see his employees dragging people on social media. A big lesson for Tasha K, I think that she have to control her employees. And just employee, right? Just with Chelsea, it's just plural, it's just one person, because the rest of the people, they don't say anything. You don't see Jasmine saying anything. You don't see the other people that work for Tasha K on social media dragging nobody. And I just feel like for Chelsea, unfortunately, she got involved with Von Ray. That was a major, major, major mistake because she was dating a clout chaser. He went to social media and he did all of that. And so then now she throws jabs at YouTubers and she gets involved with we're going back and forth with them. And then it leads, and then Tasha K name get dragged into the mess, get dragged into the situation. And I get it that she wanted to defend Tasha K, but I think that she would do better if she stay on the sidelines and just do her job, whether it is working behind the scenes, right? Because the more and more she come out and the more and more she address Armon Wiggins or whomever she's addressing, the more and more they're going to drag Tasha K in this and bring Tasha K in this. And all she have to do is say, hey, let me stick behind the scenes. Let me stick and do my work behind the scenes, and I don't have to necessarily be out in the forefront. Because if I'm out in the forefront, that's how I'm going to get myself in a whole lot of trouble when it comes to people trying to drag me. Now, one thing that Armon Wiggins did, he dragged Chelsea about her physical appearance. Because and also I had the pleasure of going back on my show on Station Head because she was on there addressing Armon Wiggins, and I do want to say a couple of things that she said on the show. Chelsea said, this is Tasha K Employee. She said when she was fat, she was getting endorsement deals. She said zooming in on her picture, because she claimed that Armon Wiggins zoomed in on her picture. She said that was wrong. She said, you think a creator that's been on here for 10 years would have come at her better before with the ads and stuff? He didn't. Before January and before Christmas, nobody was talking about how her body, but they started when Von Ray insulted her. She said Armon was not making any money. He's not making money with brand deals, not like how she does. She said, why would you screenshot a picture of my breast? You're gay. You don't suppose to like titties. She said, I have a lingerie deal. Jasmine also says she's about that. She said Jasmine is about that life, and she will be bringing Jasmine to the forefront. She said Jasmine work a full-time job, and then Chelsea was like, there was times when I was fired by Shaq, and that is Tasha K husband, right? That fired Chelsea a couple times, according to Chelsea. She said if Armon Wiggins will agree to get flown out by Tasha K, flew out by Tasha K, she said the sticky note would have she would have thrown the sticky note in the garbage, and she said she would have went out for lunch. She said if she had it on the sticky note to fly to book Armon Wiggins' flight, she said she would throw the sticky note in the garbage and she would go out for lunch. She said she also helped Storm Monroe get brand deals. She said, and she said she also worked for the advertiser when she was working with Hollywood Online, and she brought ads to him. And when she left, those ads left with her. And so you hearing all this stuff and that she's doing, they're not going to say, well, Chelsea said this. Most of the stuff that they're going to say is, oh, Tasha K Employee is doing this. Tasha K Employee. That's going to be one of the main things they're going to bring up, and they're going to bring up on social media. They're going to say Tasha K Employee. Not Chelsea. Some people would say Chelsea, but most people are going to say Tasha K Employee. I've coined that home name when I was going back and forth with Chelsea, because when on Christmas I was on the app and not Tasha, it was Chelsea. Oh, Wiley, I don't think you like Tasha K. You said when she had on that stripe that she was going to end up in jail. You know, it wasn't Tasha that had a problem. It was Chelsea that came and said all of this stuff. Now, and then Tasha K said, well, I didn't know she was going to say all that. Well, she shouldn't have said nothing. First and foremost, you are the employee sitting in the corner somewhere. It's between me and Tasha. So from that moment, I deposit that in my mind, and I said, let me pull it back a little bit, because I don't like to be addressed in that matter by the employee. Like, come on, you clearly are the employee. You should have just sat there like Jasmine and didn't say anything. But you decide upon yourself to say, hey, I'm going to say something. No, sit in the corner, write your notes. You know, you don't have something to say negative about me at all. Yeah, because I felt some type of way. But now you see her still saying stuff, you know, to Armon, still pulling and addressing him on social media. When we talked about the Jason Lee unfollows Armon Wiggins, or Armon Wiggins follows Jason Lee, or something like that, out of everybody of Tasha K Cap, it was Chelsea that responded. It was Chelsea to say, oh, he's not getting the money. And that's not true. He gets plenty of money on YouTube. I don't know the right amount. Some say $15,000, $20,000 a month. I think some probably a little bit more than that. All right. And I was really singing the man praises. But she called in. He don't make that much money. He makes such and such. He only make about 2,000 or 3,000. Like, she was just going on these rants, and then that opened the door for Armon Wiggins to say what he had to say about her body, about her face, about her forehead, about her lips. You know, you can't a lot of people will say, well, Wiley, do you agree with him talking about the body? But I'm saying like this: if you address somebody and you coming for somebody's pocket saying they ain't making no money, you cannot control what a person say to clap back at a person. You can't control that. The best thing that you could do is stay silent, working behind the scenes. Now, ain't nobody talking about Jasmine. I'm gonna be clear with you. Nobody talking about Jasmine on here. Nobody have said anything negative about Jasmine. Nobody have said anything negative about her body. Why? Because Jasmine minds her business. She do not insert herself into the beefs. She show up at Kibi Studios. She be mashing the buttons, bringing up the picture, bringing it, helping with the commercials, helping up with the scripts for the commercials. You don't see Jasmine on social media calling into the Wiley Show being messy. You don't. You don't see that. Her name don't be mentioned. Even Storm Monroe had a big problem, and one of his big problems that he had, he said it was Chelsea that was in Tasha K ear. One of the things, and he said it was because of Chelsea. Chelsea in Tasha K ear. She's having mess. She brought the Von Ray situation and the mess situation, and he put it out there and said it was, one of the big part of this is Chelsea. Even Storm Monroe have said it. He didn't call her by name, but that's who he mentioning. When he had got 120-some thousand people to watch that live, the main person he was talking about as the employee, it was Chelsea. So that's something that she's going to have to learn. Either you're going to be an employee and be great and don't bring negativity to the brand, or you're going to be messy and be a YouTuber like the rest of us. And then she wrote something on her YouTube, and we like Chelsea. We just feel like she be in the mess. She be in the mess like everybody else. She just be in the mess like everybody else. And she said I wasn't give me a second. She said, think about it. Why would I care if a gay man considered me unattractive? Should it not be a compliment that he find me repulsive? That's the good old natural feminine energy. Then the other thing that she said is Resurrection Day, and y'all stay bringing up old ish. Like she'll throw out points, shade towards Storm. She said, how many times are you going to tell the story? Laughing emoji, hashtag no new content. So she throw out these subliminals. You don't see that from Jasmine. You don't. I like it. Don't get me wrong. I like the mess. But when you look at it, Chelsea brings a lot of this on herself because she inserted herself. Now, if Chelsea was innocent, behind the scenes, booking flights, booking guests, booking advertising dollars, you don't really see her. And then somebody just drag her, just to be dragging her. Chelsea would get a majority of the public support surrounding her, throwing their arms around her. They was like, oh my gosh, she don't bother us. So why are you bothering her? You know what I'm saying? They would be on her side. But today, that's not the case. When you go to the poll, people are voting about it. When you go to the poll, literally 60% out of 287 votes, and it's going to be over 1,000 votes once people wake up, they're saying they agree with Armon Wiggins. Now, mind you, this platform, a lot of people on this platform, some of them do not like Armon Wiggins, but they agree with him addressing Chelsea. So right then and there, that's a point right then and there to show that Chelsea shouldn't insert herself, because a channel that typically do not like Armon Wiggins today voted and is on his side when he addressed Chelsea. So if I was her, I wouldn't get involved. I would just work behind the scenes. Should Tasha K fire her? I would say no. I think Tasha K should have a meeting with her, and they have a conversation and say, hey, sis, let's pull it back from being on social media, dragging the YouTubers. Let them say what they have to say. Unless I go into the chat and say something, then you can come in and have my back. But right now, we don't want to see you keep getting dragged and keep getting into mess. You know what I mean? So that whole thing of them being in Storm Monroe's house for 8 days, that was a lot of mess. That should have never been, because that gave Storm Monroe power to talk about that in that situation. They give the Wiley Show power that way as well. I'm gonna say let her go. I'm not gonna say let her go or fire her. No, I would say you need to have a conversation and say, hey sis, you know, let's not go on to social media and dragging people. Let's pull back. You know what I'm saying? Because the more and more you drag, the more and more you get into the mess. Now, I'm with you when you holding the camera and y'all trying to play a skit that Tasha K was in a fake jail and try to, I understand that's good comedy. You're doing what you do best, holding the camera, working behind the scenes and putting it out there. But it messes up when you insert yourself into the mess. And then you be like, oh my gosh, why y'all talking about it? Because girl, you in the mess. So they're going to talk about you. Now they don't once again, you don't hear Jasmine name being mentioned. Now one YouTuber mentioned Jasmine in the video. Now one person talk about her in a negative light because you don't even know her. You don't even probably even know how she look. You don't even know what clothes she got. You just don't know. She minds her business and she keeps it on the low. She does. She does. So that's what I'm saying. 100%. She keeps it on the low. And that's one thing that Chelsea have to understand. She's going to have to understand that when you get involved with these YouTubers, it's a strong possibility they're going to use you as content. We all know this. Other YouTubers are using as content and putting her picture in a thumbnail. Why your picture is in a thumbnail? Because you're in the mess like everybody else. Yeah, you're in a mess. I don't mind. I can drag people all day. I'm a YouTuber. That's what I do. Yes, I can get on there and drag or the platform. I can do that. I'm not working for KB Studios. I'm not working for a multi-million-dollar company. That's not me. I'm not working for a multi-million-dollar company. I'm not on contract. You know what I'm saying? No, not at all. Absolutely not. So of course, if I want to sit and be messy on my station head show, which we are trending, by the way, I can do that because I'm not in the mess. So if I want to go out there and drag and do all that type of stuff and get a click of view on YouTube, oh, absolutely, I can do that because that's what I do. That's what I do on my platform, and I don't mind it. But if I were to work with Tasha K, and if I was her employee and I don't want to bring drama to her, then I want to make sure that I don't find myself inserting myself in drama to make her get into some drama, if that makes sense. I'll work behind the scenes, do what I got to do my content, and won't mention these other YouTubers that don't like or don't even feed into that energy and just build. That's exactly what I would do if I was over there with KB Studios. And I'm just being 100% real. Somebody said drop the link. I don't know if I just saw someone that said drop. I got a text that drop the link. Who? Drop the link for who? Because we live. Give me a second. I want to see if we can open up the phone lines because it wasn't working earlier. And so now we open up the phone lines. Give me a second. We open up the phone lines if y'all want the phone lines open up. Oh, my headphones is connected because somebody said my headphone wasn't connected. These people just be saying anything. Said it's coming out of his speaker. It's literally coming out of the computer. Dodo brain. Okay. No, I got the phone lines open up. So if anybody want to call in, I'll post the number. I don't know if any other moderators in here. Oh, that was loud. These headphones are loud.
Your show now, press 1.
Your show is scheduled to start in 31 seconds.
Yes, mess pays the bills. Why y'all hate? I don't hate nobody. I think nobody. Hate is such a strong word.
We are sorry, but we are experiencing a problem with our system. Please try your call again later or report a problem through the Blog Talk.
That's what I'm saying. It wasn't working earlier. So give me a second. Let me do it again. Hold on. Because it wasn't working earlier. Let's see if it's going to work now. Give me a second, you guys. Having technical. We're going to try to get this to work. Hold on.
Your show now, press 1.
Since it appears you're calling back into a live show, we are reconnecting you now.
Okay, I got time today.
Your show will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Blog Talk Radio.
Okay, my headphones is connected. Let's go ahead on 0235.
Wiley?
Yes, I'm hearing you loud and clear on my headphones. How you doing?
Okay. I'm good. Good morning.
Good morning.
Listen, I want to talk about the whole Armon versus Chelsea thing. My thing is that Chelsea needs to make up her mind. Does she want to be an internet personality? Does she want to be a YouTuber? Or does she just want to work behind the scenes with Tasha K? Like, girl, you keep going back and forth. You continue the antics on social media and do interviews on YouTube, and yet you say you don't want to be a YouTuber. Yesterday when she was on Station Head, she was like, oh, I have to defend Tasha K. Like, girl, Tasha K has been dragged ever since I've known her, since 2018. She was dragged by everyone, by all these other YouTubers, and yet did she ever clap back? No. The only time she ever addressed anything with a YouTuber was with Lovely T about the Cardi B Star Marie situation, or Armon. I'm tired of Chelsea capping for Tasha K when Tasha K pays it no mind. At this point, she wants to be with Armon to last as long as possible. I'm not defending Armon about the body shaming comments, but at this point, she must have saw it coming because Armon always goes for the low blows. At this point, she needs to decide, does she want to be a YouTuber or does she just want to work with Tasha K behind the scenes? I mean, at this point, she really needs to go. She's only putting a negative light on Tasha's brand, like flirting with the clients and their social media antics. It's not a good look for Tasha, like, honestly. And Armon needs to stop it too. Like, why are you beefing with an employee? I mean, like, what is wrong with him? She's just an employee. That's all she is. Does she, according to Chelsea, like, do you not have nothing better to do? I mean, it makes sense now why he's only making $3,000. He'd be beefing with irrelevant people and be working for free. He's the real fool in all of this, to be honest with you. He's just a clown. And I said it before, and I'll say it again. He's going to be the downfall of his career.
I heard that. I hear you. Thank you so very much for calling in.
Wait, can I talk about Erica Banks for a second?
Go ahead. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Listen, my issue with Erica Banks is, like, she was all pressed about Nicki not giving her a feature, and now she's pandering to the barbs. Like, girl, stop. She said that Nicki was required to give her a feature. No, what Nicki Minaj is, Nicki Minaj requires a $500,000 check for a feature. The queen has to, even a queen has to pay some bills. Like, come on now. She don't work for free. You and Asia all need to pay up or hush up. Stop pandering to the queen for a feature and get work and release some good music, period. You need to stop acting like you all that, Erica, because at the end of the day, we all know that you were just a plan B. You are the leftovers of Megan Thee Stallion. Like, girl, get into the studio and stop with the antics. That's all I got to say, Wiley. Bye.
All right, thank you so very much. Okay. What else we got? Anonymous, you live on air.
Good morning, Wiley.
Good morning.
I don't want to be like a flip-flopper. You understand? You talk to Chelsea. Chelsea was on your station head a day ago. If Chelsea, let me say Chelsea was just a regular person and Chelsea never worked for Jason Lee. You think all of this would have been happening? People would have been going behind Chelsea. You think a man would have been going behind Chelsea if Chelsea was just a regular person? Probably no. Because Chelsea come from Hollywood and look and say all these things about Jason Lee. Chelsea will always be a target. Yes, Chelsea's a pretty girl. Chelsea don't need to defend Tasha. Tasha could do it for herself. But What does Tasha think about all of this? Does Tasha like this? Because Tasha like drama. Does Tasha like what Chelsea is doing? Is Tasha don't want Chelsea to do what she's doing? Who knows? That's the question we have to ask ourselves. Because if Tasha see Chelsea only going off all over, she in your chat, this one chat, that one chat, it's starting to look a little thirsty. Even I understand you like the views, but even coming on your platform, your station head, addressing a man. You don't need to do all of that because all you have to do is pay a man does. You come on the show, you say things about him, he made $3,000. Just pay him dust and don't have anything to say. Continue doing, getting your brand deals to Tasha. Continue being pretty behind the scenes. Stay behind the scenes because right now the way I'm feeling, I'm almost tired of seeing Chelsea. I'm almost tired and fed up. It's like we don't even talk about celebrity, we're talking about Chelsea, Chelsea, Storm. It's like, come on. So I just think anytime Chelsea has to come on your platform to address anybody, let Chelsea go on her channels and address a man. Because then it'd be looking like if you use a flip-flop for 1 minute to telling Chelsea something and say something. Let Chelsea go on her channels and address someone. Yes, a man was wrong for telling her about her body, the way she looks, she wears her like that. Yes, the girl lose weight, she looking good, she's trying to get herself together. I don't know Chelsea personally, but the best thing, I think Chelsea stay behind the scenes. Build Tasha up. You are not the star. Tasha K is the star. She is the brand. Because it's almost starting to look thirsty now. And I don't know if it's Tasha K telling her to do that or Chelsea doing it on June. And the way they say Tasha's husband is a serious man, I'm not expecting Shaq to know, to see all this shit going on YouTube. So Chelsea just need to sit back, stay pretty, and I don't want to see she looking no more beef again and showing up on nobody's station here on YouTube. It almost getting me sick to this point now. Wiley, have a good day, everybody in the chat.
All right.
Have a good afternoon.
Thank you. Wow. Oh man, we got the people calling in. Anonymous, you live on the air. Good morning.
Well, I'm going to be quick because I'm at the airport. Good morning. Well, I don't agree. Chelsea could do whatever she wants. She's no lapdog. If Tasha K had an issue, Tasha K would have been told her to cut it out. Basically, it's Tasha K that's also getting mentioned, so that's bringing the clicks and the views to Tasha K as well for the people that don't know Tasha K. So I think Chelsea's doing a damn good job. If you ask me, everyone is eating. Why not? Why she can't eat? She's probably starting her own stuff. Like she have a YouTube channel now. So why not monetize her for this nonsense, this mess? We love it. Also, I want to drag BLAC CHYNA and her lazy mama. First of all, that picture that's out, I zoomed in. I see both of them barefoot. They don't have heels on. They don't have shoes on. The shoes is in a plastic bag. How ghetto and nasty and filthy that is. And they're supposed to be celebrities and a celebrity mama. First of all, that ugly dress that Tokyo Tony had on, that was so big. Why are you wearing a big dress? And that suit that BLAC CHYNA had on, it was so ugly. And that's all I wanted to say. They're ghetto.
I can't believe
She
would have on those shoes. She didn't have on those shoes when she was in there. She was bare feet.
But the thing is, we wouldn't have known that she didn't have on those shoes. But the shoes is in a plastic bag. Like at least put it in a Bloomingdale's brown bag. You get what I'm saying?
All them germs. You got your nasty feet on all them germs. All them germs got your nasty feet.
And I believe that's probably the lawyer. The lawyer looked better than them. And they supposed to have more money than the lawyer, right?
Wow. Yeah. So I think you have a good point that Chelsea can do what she want to do. I just think that it's so much. Maybe Tasha K doesn't like it because they be dragging Tasha because they be trying to get back at Chelsea. You understand what I'm saying?
But you have to be smarter than this, guys. If Tasha did not like it, Tasha would make a stop to it.
Make a stop to it. Okay. That's a good point. So we're gonna be seeing for this upcoming week to see if there's gonna be some stuff going on.
And Wally, by the way, I'm headed to your city. I have a connecting flight at your city to head back to New York.
Okay.
So I love you. I'm here watching your show.
Okay.
No, but it's only 30-minute layover.
It's only a 30. Okay, I'm about to say, oh no, we need to go out for lunch.
I would have treated you too. Company's card, why not? But love you, Wally. I'm going back in the
All right,
bushes.
love you too. Okay. The number,
Bye-bye.
thank you. Bye-bye. The number is 646-716-8447. All right. 9498. You're live on the air. Good morning.
Hey, Wiley. Good morning. How you doing?
Wonderful.
Okay, so I mean, Chelsea, I do agree and then disagree with the caller. Chelsea can do what she wants, and Tasha K is very vocal when she likes something and don't like something, right? My whole thing with that is it makes Tasha K seems like she's not in control. Like when you look at these major corporations, when something happened with FedEx, UPS, and so forth, when something happens, they get on top of it. They come down on their employees, they're terminated, something, you know what I'm saying, suspended. And there's a reason why her husband keeps firing her, why Tasha K husband keeps firing Chelsea. She's messy, even with the whole Storm Monroe thing. And I get it, like the YouTubers, like the other caller said, she does have a YouTube channel. And if you want to get views like that, do that at your own channel. Have Tasha K guest star, but it's not a good look for Tasha K to keep defending this Oompa Loompa. Like at this point, she's giving me bird brain. She talks about how she gets deals, how she gets this, how she gets that, how she gets money, and how, someone was broke, she had to fix up his house. But if you're this self-made, self-sufficient, woman, why are you talking to a bisexual jailbird? Why are you letting him sleep and eat your stuff out for free and you treating him? The man didn't even have a car. She's giving me fat girl vibes. Like she has a fat girl mentality, where she used to get bullied, picked on, and now you can't tell her anything, but she's still insecure.
I feel you on that.
And not just that, but if she gets so much deals and brands, don't these companies look at the person who's doing the deals? At some point, the way she's dragging people and being dragged, when you Google her at some point or YouTube her, all you're going to see is drama. Wouldn't that deter the future brands to not want to deal with Tasha K because of Chelsea? You know what I'm saying? Wouldn't that paint Chelsea in a negative spot as well?
But I can't really speak on that. What do do they? I just think they just want to just advertise on the platform.
Because wouldn't it be like bad for business? You know what I'm saying? Like to where like, oh no, she's just in too much stuff. Like how can we trust her to do our deals, our brands? Because you don't know what you're getting with her. If you don't give her the exact amount of money, or if you negotiate and she's not cool with it, is she gonna drag them next?
I hear you. Thank you so very much.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. She have her thoughts about Chelsea. All right. The number is 646-716-8447. 2789. 2789. 2789. You live on the air.
Hello.
Hey, can you mute me in the back? Okay, there you go.
Good morning, Wiley.
Good morning.
Actually, I was about to say exactly what she said, that exact part. If Chelsea want to be whoever Chelsea want to be, she just getting on my nerves. She making Tasha look bad. It's like every time I look at Tasha, I love her show. But it's going way down because of Chelsea. She's still up in so much mess, bruh. And it should be a breach of contract if she got her own YouTube channel. What's she going to talk about? If she giving Tasha the information and that's supposed to be Tasha Norman, I mean, really? Really? And Tasha, you probably better check your man, because if she being the help do other things too, okay? Probably be around here like naughty boy, nature boy, whatever his name is, I don't know. But you need to check Chelsea, keep Chelsea in a place. If she's going to be an employee, let her be an employee. She's going to stay behind the camera. Is she going to wash your walls? Is she going to cook for you? Make your mind up, because it's making you look bad. In other words, put Chelsea in the back of Armon doing what Armon been doing, period. And Wiley, you continue to keep up the good work, and you watch your back, baby, because we love you. Have your own mind and keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you.
Great day, my Wiley.
All right, thank you so very much. The number is 646-716-8447. 4756, you live on air.
Hey, Wiley, how you doing this morning?
Doing wonderful.
That's good. That's good.
So let me elaborate on this situation because I was just thinking like, Chelsea, you lost 80 pounds, right? But the thing about it is when you lose that type of weight, you need some type of counseling and everything because like the last caller said, well, not the last caller, a couple callers before, said that, you know what I'm saying, she lost that 80 pounds, but she's still toxic. You know what I'm saying? You still that fat person. You know what I'm saying? And because you lost that 80 pounds, you didn't change for the positive, you changed for the negative. Now, how does that work? I lost 52 pounds. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not out here being negative and, you know what I'm saying, you're supposed to be positive. And the same thing you said the other day, she should have took that weight loss journey and documented that and made that, you know what I'm saying, her situation on her YouTube channel or whatever. I don't feel like she's good at being messy. She's trying to be Tasha K. You're not Tasha K, okay? Tasha K knows what she's doing. That's why Chelsea is still there. Tasha K used her for her mouthpiece for her to say what she can't say. You know Tasha. On her main platform, she ain't dragging nobody because that's her business, that's her show, that's her main platform. You know how you go off on her backup channel and she drag everybody? You know what I'm saying? But she's really stopped doing that. Because why? Because she has Chelsea to drag for her. But Chelsea, like everybody's saying, and I think the same thing too, Chelsea is making her look bad. Okay? Tasha is on the point where she's not even listening to her husband. Now, I've seen that on the app. When her husband was trying to tell her about the T.S. Madison situation or whatever, she wasn't listening. And I understood what her husband was saying. But she was so much in her feelings. I watched that show. It was not a bad show. She made that show better. She was making everybody laugh. If she went to that show and everybody was trying to hate her, they loved her when she left. That's the part that she's not seeing. And that's what her husband was trying to tell her. But, you know what I'm saying, she's showing her feelings. You want to be messy, and then you come out the blue and bring the Storm situation up. Tasha ain't looking good right now. She ain't looking good. And she do the same thing with you. Now, remember what I said yesterday, you guys are business associates. So Tasha knows what she's doing when she sent you that text, okay? It's business. You know what I'm saying? She can't put it out, so she knows Wiley going to put it out, right? Wiley don't care.
I technically did not put the text out. I just read the text, the actual text message. We did send that out there. We just read it to the audience. You know, hey, and we apologize. We apologize to Tasha for putting it out there. We did apologize to her. We did. She forgave us.
Yes, but you didn't have to. Because the thing about it is, like you said, she didn't tell you whether it was supposed to be private. You know what I'm saying? She know you. I know you. We knew you. As soon as you get that information, it's you gonna put it out because it's a story. It's you. You know what I'm saying? It's subscribers, right? And she do the same thing with, you know what I'm saying? She tried to do the same thing with Storm, but Storm is his own person. You know what I'm saying? He wanted to, you know, get to know and, you know what I'm saying, work under her and stuff like that because he wanted to learn the ways of the business the way she do it. But she tried to make Storm into that, and Storm, that's not Storm. You know what I'm saying? So that's why she got Chelsea. You know what I'm saying? That's why she do keep you around and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? She keep people around, and you and Chelsea ain't the only one. She got other small YouTubers that she communicate with. I didn't know Tasha, you know what I'm saying, communicate with a lot of small YouTubers, but she do. Okay. And so it's a strategy type thing. That's why she's at 1 million subscribers. I've seen her work over the 5 years. She's been putting in the work, regardless if the people are dragging her or not. All those people, like, about 5 years ago, she only had probably about maybe 40 people dragging her in videos. Right now, she's got 1,000 videos about her dragging, or, you know what I'm saying, probably most of them is dragging her, you know, but yeah. Don't you think that all that traffic, whether it's good or bad, was brought to her? All that traffic, you know what I'm saying, that she, you know, whatever, when she came on your show, was brought to you. The traffic of Armon Wiggins or whatever, the beef that they had been going on for years or whatever, brought some traffic to him as well, and brought some traffic to her. Come on now. I keep telling y'all this is about business, okay? And Chelsea, like I said, she's not going to get fired because, like I said, Tasha is using her. When Tasha's done using her, then Chelsea be fired. That's just period, point blank, you know. So that's all I got to say as far as that. But Tasha know what she's doing. And so do you. You know what you're doing. You know what you're doing. But like you said, I'm trying to grow my channel organically. And I like that because I do the same thing. I want to grow my channel organically. I'm not trying to, you know what I'm saying? And you, with the story, when the story comes, you get the information, guess what? You go live because that's what you do. That's your job. That's what you're here for.
Absolutely. Right? Thank you. Thank you so very much for calling in. All right. You just never know who's going to call into the Wiley Show. 1155, call you on the air.
Oh, shit. Is this Wiley? I mean, oh, shoot, I'm sorry.
Yes, good morning.
Oh, excuse me. Good morning, Wiley. It's been a minute, Wiley.
Oh, yes.
I had to call in. It's been a minute. I really don't call in because, you know, one time you hung up on my face and then your chat be getting on my nerves and I be at to curse everybody out when I got the phone. But I will say this, though. I've been watching all of y'all for years, you know what I'm saying? I'm just a supporter of, you know, my Black YouTube content creators, you know. But I mean, I like you, Wiley, you know what I'm saying? I really do like you. I just want to just like say, I think that you really good people, you really genuine, you know what I'm saying? But I don't really want you to just get wrapped up into this YouTube game. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to be legit and be you, you know what I'm saying? Just stay right there, you know what I'm saying? Don't pick a side on nothing, you know what I'm saying? Just chill, you know. I just hope your content is just like really just from a real, you know, neutral perspective, you know. I know everybody's talking about it, you're not the only one talking about it, but I like your content. I believe that you know, you just really just be chilling and just doing your thing and speak to your mind. As far as like Tasha K, I mean, I watched Armon video he made of her. Like, I mean, I believe Armon. Like, I mean, I really just watched the whole thing, just play that. I ain't think I'm gonna dry snitching like anybody else do. These folks really just be dry snitching. Like, if y'all gonna be supporters, be supporters. I mean, like, seriously. I mean, I just dry snitching got dogs. It's ridiculous. But I fool with you while
all right, thank you.
Tasha had to go that low. Yeah, Tasha had to go that low for him though. She really didn't. You don't tell. You do something for somebody. Do it at the count of your heart. Like, don't do it just to repeat it. You know, saying again. So, like, people like that, they can't be trusted. Like,
all right.
And Chelsea, anybody work for free, you don't. Like Chelsea, she like the moment she said she worked for 2 years for free, I just knew she was just out of there too. So it's just like get her head, yeah. So, but you have a good day, Wiley. I'm gonna get back in the shit though.
All right, thank you so much. Oh man! Oh, 0597. Calling you on air.
Wiley, what's up? Can you hear me?
I hear you loud and clear.
Wiley, you was a fool, man. Listen, I'm gonna be quick. I don't agree. I don't agree that Chelsea is just an employee. I think Chelsea can move how she want to move as long as it's cool with Tasha. And I don't know. I'm a little shocked by your take on it because how many times have you interviewed Chelsea?
I don't think Tasha said interview. She just came on the channel. Yeah, she just came on. She just came on the channel, and I just give my thoughts about it.
Interviewer.
Yeah, she came on, and we asked her a question. Anytime she come on, that's for anybody. Came on and stuff like that. I know she didn't like or mind talking about her body parts, but I'm like, what do you expect if you keep coming out or you addressing somebody saying I ain't making no money? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, well, also too, I want to talk about BLAC CHYNA.
Okay.
And Tokyo Tony. Yeah, I think Tokyo Tony. She's an embarrassment. That's pretty much it.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you so very much for calling in. Oh man. Good morning, you guys. Good morning. Man, that's one thing I can really say about, Larry Reed. Somebody just sent me a text about that his employees, you don't see him in mess. You know what I'm saying? But if Tasha K saying that she can do this and she had all it, then that's fine. I just want Chelsea to understand when Armon Wiggins, when he addressed Chelsea with how she looked, that's going to come up if you address him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get mad when Armon say my headphone's not connected because I talk about him. You know what I'm saying? So I don't get upset when he said he got the same mic as me. I don't get upset, even though this microphone, everybody got this same mic, but he say I got the mic because he had the mic. No, I went to Guitar Center. I wanted a new mic. I really didn't even want to get it, but my other mic that I had gave out, so I just went on and got this mic anyway. And I got the headphones because it's connected. He said the headphones not connected. It's connected. He never been out of my house. He don't know if it's connected or not because he's not in my house. Number one. Number two. All right. So we just hearing this stuff and for Chelsea, and we'll see how this going to play out in the future. But I just tell people to keep their eyes open when it comes to this situation with Chelsea and Tasha K. We'll definitely keep y'all updated on that. All right. So we open up the phone line. The phone lines is open. 646-716-8447. Anonymous, you live on air.
I'm finna call you Jesus shoes the way you flip flop, Wiley. Chat, if you know that Wiley flip flops the way I know, put Jesus shoes in the chat. Wiley, what happened over the course of the last couple of days that made you change your mind? You were like on the complete opposite end of the spectrum.
No, what I'm saying, I'm mostly saying about Chelsea, you know, it all depends. Like, she was upset about him talking about her body parts. And my thing is that don't come out here getting into the mess. That's how I look at it. It's just that simple. You don't see Jasmine in the mess because she's silent. You don't see her because she don't get involved in the mess. We don't even know how. I don't even think we know how Jasmine looked. I think she was on Tasha K podcast years ago, but she's not on social media dragging other YouTubers. So these are just my thoughts. This is my thoughts for today. It may be different tomorrow. It's my thoughts for today. It could be different tomorrow. Because that's to be clear, Chelsea is a beautiful woman. So stay on the internet, drag them if you want to. Because she's very beautiful. I think people, you cannot talk about her looks. Like when they were trying to talk about her looks, I'm like, Chelsea is a very beautiful woman because I see her all the time on my timeline.
Well,
oh my God. So somebody just, wait a minute. Somebody just DM Tasha K this. Let me read it. They said, Tasha K, I'm calling for an immediate termination of your employee, Chelsea. She does not represent Kiwi Productions in a professional manner. Sleeping with clients on the platform, keeping a mess, bad-mouthing former co-workers. This behavior is unacceptable. It's intolerable at this point. We, the people, want her fired. Stat. Jasmine would never. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Why y'all sending that to Tasha K? Wait a minute. Somebody just sent Tasha K that message. What? Oh my God. Wow.
I can't breathe.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, that is so funny. Listen, I hope she learned her lesson. I don't think she did. I really don't. But I do hope she learned her lesson. It's just best to let the people, the personalities be the personalities and stay out of it. And Wiley, stick to a point, because this was the complete, all your callers were calling in and saying this very thing that you're saying today, and you had a different outlook.
Well, it was then. As we get in more facts, and we definitely took a poll, and the people have spoken, and they're sending Tasha K messages saying that she should be terminated. I don't know if she should be terminated, but I do believe she should have a talk with her and say, hey. But then again, she probably gave her the pass to do it. You don't know. I don't know that because I didn't get no phone call saying Chelsea could do that. But at the end of the day, Chelsea is grown. And she's just on social media dragging people. So I don't think that, she's stopping Tasha K money. Absolutely not. Because she's still giving Tasha K the advertising dollars and bringing the advertisers to her channel. But a lot of people feels that she should be fired. That's what they write in Tasha K DM. That's what they're saying under the comments once I made that poll. Did you vote today on the poll today?
I didn't see it. I will, though.
Oh, it's on my community wall.
Okay, I'll head over there after this is over. She, my goodness, that woman. I'll just leave it at that. Anyway,
okay.
That's it.
Well, thank you so thank you so very much.
All right.
All right. Bye. Okay. 9542.
Hi, Wiley. How are you?
Doing wonderful.
Good. Okay. First of all, I understand if a person hits you verbally or physically, you have every right to hit them back. I get that. I think the thing that bothers me the most is Chelsea. You know, people could say, well, you can't tell somebody how to get mad. She went after his finances and his platform. He went after her personally. To me, personally, if Armon is such a good roaster and he just gets in people's butt like that, he should have been able to go with Chelsea toe to toe. The reason he didn't is because she was speaking truth. So in order to make a bunch of noise and block out all that truth, he chose to go after her personally, which we know Armon does. We done heard him rip Storm's a-hole wide open, and we have heard him go on about everybody. Like, this, okay, Armon, yes, you can drag. We get it. After a while, though, I think the reason why his channel isn't growing is because people kind of get sick of that over and over again. Now, if he would have went back and forth with Chelsea about other things, that would have been one thing. And the reason why I feel the way I do is because it's sometimes when somebody who has gay friends, when they talk amongst each other about this, that, and the third, it is what it is. It's a good roast gag, blah, blah, blah. And when they go with women, it's always a deeper dig because they know women. I guess they figure, you know, they're vain and this and that and the third. So they go after something personal. Oh, your nose is big. Yeah, you bald headed or whatever it is that they go after. You know what I mean? And it's so low brow. And I am so upset that Chelsea even don't dignify Armon's response. Yes, we know he can go there. The best thing you could do with somebody like that is to ignore them because there's nobody with two eyes that's looking at you and saying, hey, Armon is right. Her boobs are down here or her face is ugly. No. And to me, it wasn't even like clever or funny. It was just mean. And I think that's what Armon has over everybody else. Not that he's such a good gag and roaster. It's just that he doesn't care how deep he cuts you, even for the smallest thing. And I think that's like the turnoff with him. Everybody keeps saying, oh, Armon's so talented. He has so much talent. Well, why doesn't he show his talent? Is that the talent? How mean I can roast and gag you, how much I can rip you to the ground? Other than that, what does he show? It's just after a while, I enjoy the other guys with their roasting and gagging because they roast, gag, they go there and all that stuff. And it is what it is. But with his, it's just so mean. And I think he's mean because nobody in their right mind holds a 3-year grudge, 4 years, however it is, against a woman that he's known for months. And we keep dignifying him, but look at it. Storm has reached 200, and I'm not comparing Storm and Armon because I think Armon's way more entertaining than Storm. I know he is. But the thing is with Storm, you can watch Storm. And you can have a laugh or you can be bored, whatever it is. But with him, you always got to be on 10. Oh, who's he going to diss? Who's he going to go after? Who's he going to do this to? The same thing he accuses Tasha K of doing, he does it, but worse. Because at least she's getting subscribers, meaning that she's entertaining. Very few people are entertained by Armon. They only go to him for the roast and the gag. So, I mean, that's just how I feel about it. And that's why you're growing, Wiley. Is because the roast and the gag is fun. People want to have fun. We watch you guys to get away from the monotony that we have to deal with every day. But I'm not going to sit there and have all this negativity like, oh, she did this, she did that, she did this. It's just it was very low brow. It was mean. He was trying to be hurtful. And he probably was because she didn't get on, because she got on your show and talked to you. So, you know, and it's just like, okay, Armon, you won. If I was her, I'll be like, okay, dude, you won. You got it. And I would just keep his name out of my mouth because to me, that is worse than actually addressing the person. It's worse. Ignore the heck out of him. Let him go on and on and on and on because as much as he tries to make himself seem like he's equal to Tasha, he's really not. And it shows in the numbers. Men lie, women lie. The numbers don't lie. And his numbers is nowhere near hers. So all that shit he's talking about, influence and all, that's in the air. I could wake up every day and say, I'm influential. You know what I'm saying? But when you look at it in black and white, not really, not on the same level, not even in the same conversation with a lot of people. So that's all I had to say, Wiley.
Well, thank you
But
so
I
much.
love you and
Love
good
you.
morning.
Good morning. Thank you. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Bye-bye.
Good day.
Good day. Bye-bye. All right. We are in a poll right now. Y'all still saying yes. I asked, did you agree with Armon Wiggins addressing Chelsea? Out of 338 votes, 59% said yes, 41% said no. Anonymous, you live on air.
Hi, Wiley.
Hey, good morning.
Hey, everybody is talking, saying Armon is wrong, but Chelsea attacked Armon first. She called him a crackhead, didn't she? Didn't she say he was doing crack with Iggy Isaiah? So she attacked him personally. So you don't get to throw jabs at people and then you cry when people get you back, So if you have any insecurities, then don't take shots because you can't tell somebody how to take shots back at you, So he talked about your body. So what? You called him a crackhead. Chelsea is very, very messy. She started the mess with you and Tasha. Then she moved to Storm and Vaughn. Now she's in the mess with Tasha and Armon. She probably is the reason why Tasha went off on TS. And then Tasha started talking about Storm and living on blow up mattresses and stuff. That Chelsea girl, it's been going since December. We in April. That Chelsea girl has been detoxed since December. Mess. That Chelsea girl, she seems like she wants to be the star. So she's not innocent. That Chelsea girl is not innocent. She's very, very, very messy. You brought the Chelsea girl to the forefront. She was talking about you on the app. And ever since you brought Chelsea out, all we hear is Chelsea. She was thirsty for Von Ray. Then she wants to get him arrested and put a restraining order because he don't want it no more. Von Ray talked about her body. He said her body was bad. He tried to get her in the gym. Chelsea didn't want to go to the gym. He told her titties were sagging, hanging to her belly button. Von Ray, Storm confirmed that Von Ray told Chelsea about her bad body. So why is she crying now? You call Armon big teeth. You say he do crack. So don't get mad because he talk about your saggy breasts, your flabby schedule, your bad body. Okay? Don't get mad. You don't throw rock and then hide your hand. If you can ditch it, then you can take it. You the thirst come bucket. Vaughn said he screwed you on the first night. Bye.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You have a whole lot of stuff to say. We thank you so very much for calling.
I being serious, Wiley. She's a cum bucket. We gotta call it what it is. You have sex with a man, came fresh out of jail, raw. You never meet the man, but one time at the show. And then you have sex with him there, and the man don't have money. You want him to pay all these bills. Then you cry because he take his money back off the credit card after you put him out. You put him out, and you think he's supposed to continue to pay the bills for that month. Oh, she just screamed thirst. She's thirsty for attention. We've been seeing Chelsea since December. We've never heard of Chelsea prior to December. Ever since Chelsea and Chelsea been out since December. It is what it is. That's what she wants attention. Let's give her the attention that she's seeking. that give her the attention that she's seeking, Wiley. You know, she came out on the forefront. She fed you all the stories with Von Ray and didn't get mad when he tells the truth. You know, she fed you the stories. Storm confirmed it. You know, Von didn't like her like that. She mad because the man didn't like her like that. She go file restraining order on the man. Get the man arrested. You know, violate the man, knowing the man already he's in trouble. All because he didn't want you and he talk about your bad body. You know, you can't force a man to keep you. He don't want you. He don't want you and he don't want to be with you, but you crying. You crying and you mad because he told the world about your bad body. And that's why you go and go put a restraining order on him to stop him from talking. Why? But you get to get on the platform and you get to go on Station Head and on the Wiley Show and you want to talk about him, his baby mama, $66, you know? Hey, he could talk about your bad body, all the extra skin that he couldn't deal with no more, and how you gave up the pum pum first night. There. You didn't know him. Okay? So she's nobody to glorify. She's a hussy. She's a hussy, Wiley. Okay? She's nobody to glorify. I don't care what the people say. They throw the tomatoes. Chelsea is a thirst cum bucket. And Armon has every right to drag her for the titties that's sagging, the skin that's hanging, and everything. I had no problem. I don't care because she stays in the mess and then she cry. She cry. She stay in the mess. She texts in your chat. She throws shots at Storm. She always talking crap. She got a smart mouth. So you got a smart mouth, you got to be able to back it up. You back that shit up, Wiley.
Oh,
you
Lord.
don't just
Okay.
talk stuff and then get mad. Okay?
All right.
So,
thank you so much.
Hey, it is what
Thank
it
you.
is.
All right. Thank you so very much for calling in.
Hey.
Okay. Wow. 4823.
Hi. Good morning, Wiley.
Good
How are
morning.
you?
Doing wonderful.
I just wanted to start off by saying this. First of all, whenever Tasha K is going through something, she always starts, her and Chelsea, they are masterminds to this. They have the internet going crazy, you know, whenever Tasha K was going through her trial with Cardi B, you know, they conjured up this big fake narrative, had all of you guys on Conscious TV, you know, going back and forth. They're so salacious, you know, and I don't see how anyone don't see the narrative that, you know, what Tasha K is basically doing, you know, for her to jump on Tasha K Live out of the blue and just start dragging Storm Monroe, who have not said anything about her for no reason. And then her fans are attacking Storm Monroe like, oh, you know, Tasha done this for you, she done that, or whatever. You know, it's crazy, you know. And going back to Armon Wiggins, I have never been a fan of him, but I did sit and listen to one of his lives, and it's kind of a back and forth thing between him and Tasha K. But I do believe everything that Armon have said about Tasha K is the truth. You know, she knows how to entertain, and a lot of people, including myself, we tune in because we know that she is going to say something salacious and she's going to go, you know, below the belt whenever she talks about someone. As for Chelsea, I don't even know. I don't even know why anybody's giving her clout, because she is going to do above and beyond to take up for Tasha K. And I don't know why now the situation is so bad between Storm Monroe and Tasha K, because I don't see anything Storm have ever done to disrespect her. He has always talked good about her, and you know, I just don't understand. And so hopefully, we see past what they're doing, because I do believe it is a bigger motive behind this drama with Tasha K. I have never, ever seen Tasha K put out her business the way how she's doing now. And I believe that is due to the fact that she is in, litigations with Cardi B, and she don't want the coverage to be covered. And that's why it's like, oh, well, I'll just, stir this up and I'll say this and have the internet going crazy about this and that, instead of focusing on, my personal life. So that's just my thoughts, Wiley.
All right. Thank you so very much for calling in.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye. 1867.
Good morning, Wiley.
Good morning.
How you doing today?
Doing
This
all
Key
right.
Love in the chat.
All right. Go ahead. What's your
Can I
comment?
give you your flowers real quick before I touch on my topics, Wiley?
Go ahead.
I just want to let you know you look amazing.
Thank you so much.
And you've been pushing the consistent content. And I work and I go to school and I got my kids and stuff. And it's like you putting in that effort. It takes a lot of dedication and drive. So thank you for spoiling us. And,
No problem.
just working on just being your best self and making sure your mental health is good. I commend you. I want to take my hat off to you, Wiley. So thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome, babe. Okay. So the first thing I want to say, I know you don't like us addressing other callers, but I have to disagree. Armon is talented. Reading and gagging is a talent. We come in for the mess. I will say he can get a bit malicious, but I will say this. You can't hit me and then tell me how to respond. Okay? And then I wanted to also touch on Tasha K. I enjoyed her transparency in the Ed Long Jr. interview. She does what she does, and it's just like you say with Nicki. I'm not going to say she's the queen, but as a Black woman, she's ruling in the industry, and she is the prototype. So we need to aspire. We don't want our girls to be, popping on the gram. We want them to be building their brands and stuff. So I want to say that, when you up like that, they're going to come to you, and and it just is what it is. So I commend her and her growth as well. Let's see, what else did I want to talk about? Chelsea, she wanted to be in the limelight. So this is kind of what you get, Jasmine, she is to her business as nobody's bothering her. She sits back, she clicks them buttons, and she's an employee. Chelsea likes to get in the mess and then throw the rock and hide her hand. And then when it gets hot, she want to, say, and that's that. These YouTube streets, they cold. And if this is what she wanted, this is what she's getting. And then I wanted to lastly say, whoever put the battery in Erica Banks' back to come for Nicki needs to put another battery in her back and send her to the studio and the gym. Thank you, Wiley.
Thank you so very much. Okay. Well, we thank y'all. Thank you so very much for calling in. Thank you. We are done for the morning show.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.
Thank you all so very much for tuning in. We want to say shout out to the Station Head family for coming through. Shout out to y'all. We were streaming on Twitter, I think Twitch, the Wiley Show TV. We were streaming over there, and also we're streaming on Twitch. So thank y'all so very much. Make sure y'all thumbs up the video. Make sure y'all thumbs up. Click that thumbs up. Man, y'all was calling in today. Thank y'all so very much. We'll see y'all again for tomorrow morning show, but we'll see y'all later. Thank y'all so very much. It was a good show. If you missed it, make sure y'all play the replay. Leave a comment. We ask that you please leave a comment. It helps us out when you leave us a comment about that. Make sure you vote in the poll. And thank y'all so very much. And you can follow me on Twitter at Wiley Show. Follow me on Instagram at Wiley Show. Follow me over there. And I do answer to your DMs. If you DM me, I do typically answer in a good, timely fashion. Also, too, we'll be going to Vegas August 26, 27, and 28. So I want to see y'all. If y'all coming through, you can email me at wileyshowproductions@gmail.com. If you're coming, let me know so we can see how many people are coming. I do want to meet y'all. But this won't be my first and only thing to meet subscribers and meet up at a restaurant or something. I'm gonna do it again in another city. So I'm doing Las Vegas first. So if you can't come to Las Vegas, don't worry about it. because I'm gonna be coming to another city as well. So thank y'all so very much, and we will see y'all in the next live. Peace.